Hi, Jonathan Samuel here from Steady Networks. I wanted to take a moment today, make a quick video to talk a little bit about IT management versus cybersecurity. This is two practices within IT that I think our community understands are different, serve different needs for the customer, and require different skills and practices. But business owners, whether you're in the private sector, law firms, medical offices, or you're working with federal contracts like DoD or DOE contracts, you may not understand that there is a distinction between these two fields of practice. So, wanted to talk quickly about what are the costs and risks, how these two things differ, and how we can help our customers make good choices around where to put their IT investment. I put this scale here because we're trying to constantly balance these two ideas that are in tension, IT management and cybersecurity. On the IT management side, we're doing a lot to focus that data and ensure that data is easily available. You want your employees to be able to function in their jobs and easily access the information they need. On the cybersecurity side, we're trying to make sure that data is essentially less available to those same employees and make sure that there's a clear distinction and a process for deciding who gets authorized access to what. IT management is focused heavily on uptime. We want our servers up, we want our network connections up, and while that's important, cybersecurity is more focused on security and less concerned with are things available than are they secured and hardened when we are accessing them. IT management has a general IT framework, things that have been in practice for 10, 20, 30 years, things like networking and switching hardware, infrastructure, those sorts of things. Compliance frameworks take a separate set of skills, things that have only been around in some cases like the CMMC for a year or less, and NIST 800, which is based on some practices that have been around 10 or 15 years, but it keeps evolving. CIS keeps evolving. That's the Center for Internet Security, and they're constantly changing and reevaluating and reordering what's the most important. So having an understanding of those compliance frameworks is a really different set of skills than general IT management. Another important distinction is that IT management really focuses on a day-to-day timeline. Is it up today? Is it working today? Cybersecurity, I say, takes a 1 to 3 year timeline because you've got to build your system security policies, you've got to build your acceptable use policies, get those things worked into the system, and it takes time to implement those things. So you have to have a different scope of kind of your horizon when you're working in cybersecurity. IT management also has a lower cost of implementation. You can get some stuff done on even a break-fix basis sometimes with a small company for IT management. Cybersecurity has a higher cost but a lower risk of exposure once you have a good framework in place. So again, those are the two things you're trying to balance is your risk, which gets higher the more you lean towards IT management and don't invest in cybersecurity. And your costs go up with cybersecurity, but your risks actually go down because you're keeping an eye on a lot of the dotting the I's and crossing the T's, things that if you don't have a cybersecurity mindset and framework to work from, those things get overlooked. And so you've got to find the sweet spot that works for your company and serves your clients. Which brings me to looking at the needs of your customers is often a good indication of how you can start to think about how much you need to invest. Thinking about the risk of breach, what those costs are you willing to take on those risks? And again, how does that affect your customers if you were to be breached? And finding the sweet spot for yourself and your company and what you can afford, what serves your business and doesn't put you out of business. So you got to find that balance. Those are my thoughts on cybersecurity versus IT management. If you need anything, give us a call, steadynetworks.com. Thanks.